Alright, Sith Lords, gather around. This whole fucking thing is nothing but a dismissal of the King Arthur legend. You know it, I know it. It does everything to dismiss the importance of the weaponry, the importance of perhaps the ancestry, to dissuade America from pursuing righteous goals. And I think it was pretty naive to think that China would agree to this subterfuge. Excuse me. Don't you think? Excuse me. Because China, and you kind of find out who's really who, because China, they might have rolled some dice on their I Ching 64 count dice, and whatever they came up with, they said, no, not for us. No. They don't want to endanger it. We're the two rising powers. And we're getting along really rather well. And I think we might even trade roles. Well, why don't we be their slaves for a while and show them that we can do a few things or two. We don't mind working hard and living that life and making world better for the world better for us, them, and everybody. And pretty much they mind their own business except for Tibet, but we could work on that. There's so many Buddhists around, doesn't really matter. So... yeah, I always think of Brad Pitt, 7 Years in Tibet, right? What a god! That was a hell of a movie. Heavenly movie. Anyway, I'm gonna have to. I wish I could just hit rewind and what was I saying? Wish you guys were here to remind me what I was saying. So there was some kind of subterfuge. I mean, I'm really lost here. A subterfuge to convince America of something. Anyway, it didn't quite work. What you have is an attempt to subvert this and that. Oh, King Arthur. Yeah, so when the Romans left in 945... well, they started leaving in 942, but then left in 945. And then the guy in 940, in middle of winter, he stuck the sword in the stone. And we were like, "Wow, dude, really?" He's like, but it was symbolic of and here no more. It was like, two here, no more. I'm done. And it was a kind of a high rank, not too high rank. It was below captain guy that did it. It was, formal. Like the captain ordered him and the lieutenant did it. And he put it in the stone. And the symbol was, we're sick of fucking fighting. We're sick of this shit. And we're sick of everybody else fucking fighting. So we're putting the sword in the ground, but we're putting it in such a way that no one else can fight either. That's cute. You know what I mean? Leave it to the cavalry that stayed behind to, say, well, you guys are done. That's great. I'm glad to be rid of you. I'm going to go ahead and take over the main of England. You whatnot. And but then sort of there's a story to it where that ends as well. King Arthur himself, literally by pulling the sword from the stone, also must eventually put the sword back in the stone for the next time that you need it. Yeah. So this movie is an attack on that whole thing. The sword doesn't matter, your dick doesn't matter, whatever. Call it, if you want to go into the different levels, males don't matter, cool. A male's ability to end conflict doesn't matter. Decisions made by males don't matter. It's all just an attack on King Arthur. It's the same thing. I don't know who quite is doing it, but these people are seriously pissed off at King Arthur. They just can't fucking stand the idea